You can see, they are massing here in Glasgow today, even on a, wet and windy day, people from all around the world. So this is our message.
The very reason we're holding this is so that workers' voices are being heard.
We have altered the natural system beyond its limits, and we have to act now.
But we're seeing some progress, and events like this really help to keep the pressure on politicians so they really deliver.
Don't act now. It's the latest point. It's the point of no return.
We need to wake up. We need to rise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. On a planet that has a problem, we've got to solve it, get involved and do it.
Thank you. I want to get the whole band on. Hey guys, we've got a better future. Let's represent. We need to start right now.
Hey guys, I am in Glasgow, Scotland today, recording the main COP26 protest in Kelvin Grove Park. Get a vibe for the crowd, see what people think. Let's see how it goes. And we are braving this excellent, warm, sunny weather today to bring this to you, so enjoy.
Excuse me, can I ask why you guys are out here today?
Why we're out here?
Yeah.
We're out here because this is what the world needs. Like, we need to rise up to get our voices heard, because we can't be in the COP, but the COP needs to take notice of what is going on in terms of the science, which is talked about a lot, but the action is not following on.
Are you optimistic the politicians will listen to that, or are they more just pandering to their political bases? What do you think?
I always say I have very little optimism about what's going to happen. I have a lot of hope. Like I go with active hope, and hope is something that we do. So we're here doing something today as the people, and the optimism of what will happen in the COP is pretty low. We know the science, we know where we're headed, we know what happens with political promises, but the people rising is where we need to be, and we can see, they are massing here in Glasgow today, even on a, wet and windy day, people from all around the world. So this is our message.
We are Hong Konger. We are from Protestors in Hong Kong, and we come here just want to bring the message to the people that the China government is a liar. The CCP want to say that he's a liar, and there was him. Look, the Xi Jinping, this the really the proof, and we want to tell the people that. They just keep making liars. They make a promise, but they didn't honor the promise.
That's awesome, guys. I'm with you 100%. Did you actually participate in the Hong Kong protest, you said?
I am not protester.
I'm a protester as well. I took part in the umbrella protest in 2014. But it's very important to highlight with the CCP government, they are the biggest producer of pollution of the world, and they do not take in consideration other Pacific countries like Taiwan who are affected by the pollution. And also because they've broken quite a lot of agreements, this is the reason why the CCP are not part of COP26, because their vision is not in line with what the world climate change is all about. So it's very important to highlight that as well.
Say no to China. China is a liar. Thank you.
What's the message here?
The message is that the CO2 is a bit like the plague in the Middle Age time, but you can't get rid of it that easy as from the plague.
So you're all dressed like witch doctors?
No, we are not like witch doctors, no. I don't think so. We are from East Frisia, a northwest region, directly to the Wadden Sea, and if the CO2 emission is rising, if the poles start melting, we will have a rise of the water level, and this will affect all our lives, and ours especially, since we are living 2 kilometers away from the coastline.
So trying to bring awareness to that. How's the atmosphere out here today?
The atmosphere is nice, it's brilliant, that so many people are here from all over the world, and I think it's really necessary that the pressure is rising and that the politicians see that the people really want a system change.
And are you optimistic that politicians will hear the message of protesters here today? Some people are skeptical. How do you feel?
I'm very skeptical. I mean, we had Paris, and the idea was 1.5 degree is the maximum rise, and we are already at 1.2 degrees. And so, when should people act if if they don't act now, it's the latest point. It's the point of no return, and already since quite some time.
I'm not a natural protester. I haven't protested since I was a student in 1983, but I just felt moved today to just increase that little bit of pressure. They've got to have a bit of pressure. If they don't have pressure, they'll retain their complacency, so we've got to do something.
Hi, we're out here.
Yes.
Because where we live really matters, and it's the only planet we've got, and we need to be collaborating and making different kinds of decisions. We need different systems. And so I'm showing my support along with like a gazillion other people to say, yeah, let's start making different decisions, and it starts with relationship. We've got to be in relationship with each other differently. We can't have this us and them approach. It's not going to help us get to a life where everybody can thrive and everybody can, yeah, have a good life.
How's the mood out here today?
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's just so lovely. I think particularly after the year that we've had, to just remember that we're not against each other. There's so many people that we are in solidarity with. The Pacific people are in front. Have you had a chat with them already? You know, kind of their lands are being threatened right now, and it's just terrific that they're here too.
Are you optimistic the politicians here will hear this message today? Some people are skeptical. What do you think?
I don't think this is about the politicians will see that there are people really wanting change. And obviously politicians can only act if the people say, give them permission to and make different decisions. I also think we need to be speaking to business people differently. And many business folk are trying to make different decisions. But as I say, it's got to come collaboratively. We need to be working across sectors, across our different little silos and domains.
A good result from the COP Climate Coalition, from the COP talks in Glasgow.
Excellent. How's the event so far?
It's been really good. We want to make sure that world leaders listen to what everybody's saying and make sure they limit global warming to keep it below 1.5 degrees.
Do you feel optimistic about that, or there's a lot of skepticism? How do you know, is it still worth an effort? Obviously you do think it is, but...
No, definitely it's worth keeping up the effort. Already this week we've seen some good announcements on deforestation, the overall targets from India coming down, progress on methane, so we've still got a long way to go, but we're seeing some progress, and events like this really help to keep the pressure on politicians so they really deliver.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thanks.
Just to support climate change and to support Scottish independence. I don't think we'll see massive change with politicians. I think it's up to the people to do the change, so it's up to us to put in the needs of change in our communities and to force our politicians to make major action.
Because our future depends on it, and not just ours, our other species. We need trees in order to breathe. We need an atmosphere where we don't have constant catastrophes. And the trees are being cut down because we just want to carry on as normal, eat beef, drive cars. I know it's hard for all of us to change our ways, but it's really important because we have altered the natural system beyond its limits, and we have to act now.
Are you optimistic that politicians will hear this message here with this protest? What do you think?
I hope so. I hope that there is strength in numbers and that they see that the people have spoken in the streets. They can't. Greta is absolutely right. They're really like exchanging pleasantries instead of really committing to some concrete action.
It's been good. It's been good. Obviously, it was raining sideways at one point, but it didn't put us off. But yeah, we've had a lot of firefighters turn out. They've come far as well, travelled miles to be here today. It's an important issue on Firefighters' agenda. We heard the speakers a couple of times today say there's no climate justice without workers' justice, which is of course true. But for firefighters in particular, this is an industrial issue now. This is a workplace issue now. We're seeing firefighters die in wildfires, in these mass floodings. It's firefighters turning up to deal with that, under-resourced, underfunded. 10 years of real terms pay cuts, and we're still having to do more than ever because of the real term effects of this crisis. So it's a safety issue and a workplace issue.
Are you guys striking right now on your day off, or are you sort of here like independently here to show the firefighter union's support? support of the COP26 protest?
Yeah, no, we're not on strike. So, no, sadly, we've got some of the most restrictive trade union laws in the world in the UK, and we're not allowed by law to strike over wider political issues such as this. But as we know, it is a workplace issue, and we firmly believe those laws should be changed so we are allowed to take industrial action on issues that's important.
Some people are skeptical politicians will hear the message of the protesters here tonight. Are you optimistic? How do you feel about it?
No, we're not optimistic at all. And the very reason we're holding this is so that workers' voices are being heard. We've heard world leaders jet in from all over the place on private jets and getting chauffeur-driven cars to speak about this, go back and continue pushing the very system that's caused this crisis. Workers are the ones that will make change in this. We need to keep organising like today. We've got the bin strikers out today. We've seen the youth strikers out yesterday. We need solidarity across the sectors and push workers' voice to the front of this conversation. So ultimately it's us who are going to be paying the price of this crisis.
Well, thank you so much. Where are you guys firefighter stationed from?
So these all locals, these all Scottish firefighters. I've come up from Essex in England today, but most of the firefighters here are from all different parts of Scotland.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.